I've been told by people with more experience than me, these 12-step rooms, the program is a simple one, not always an easy one. The rooms are plain, the message clear. No gilded secret waits inside. No hidden map, no master key, no place for ego's mask to hide. They say, get honest, trust in God, clean house, help others day by day. It sounds so simple when it's said, yet flesh and fear still fight that way. Because the steps are not a maze of riddles only saints can read. They do not ask for polished speech, but willingness and daily need. They do not promise ease or fame, or crowns for battles we have won. They only point us toward the truth and say, begin, just start with one. Admit your life has come undone. Admit your best has missed the mark. Admit the mind that swore it led has dragged you deeper through the dark. That first step looks so small in print, a sentence any child could say. But pride will choke upon those words and beg the soul to turn away. For simple is not always soft, and clear does not mean pain will cease. A surgeon's blade is simple too, yet still it cuts to bring release. The program strips the painted walls we built to hide our inward fear, and every layer peeled away can make the naked spirit sear. It's simple to sit in a chair and hear your story from another's tongue, to know the wreckage in your chest is not some song by you alone unsung, but easy would have left you numb, untouched, unchanged, and drifting still, while simple tells the truth with love and asks a surrender of the will. The steps are simple because truth is never really dressed in lace. It meets us in the smoking lot with tired eyes and withered face. It says you cannot drink or use and somehow still control the flame. And all at once the heart feels both exposed and strangely called by name. It's simple to believe perhaps a power greater still can mend, that maybe you are not the God you've tried and failed to be again. But easy? No, because control has roots wrapped tightly round the bone, and letting go can feel like death when self-made ruin feels like home. We say the prayers with awkward lips, half doubting heaven hears it all. We bow with decades in our fists, afraid to truly let them fall. The words are short, the guidance plain, no scholar's robe, no complex art, yet simple prayer can shake the locks that shame has welded round the heart. A moral inventory sounds like ink and paper, nothing more. A list, a look, a fearless search through memory's dim and splintered floor. Simple enough to understand, write down the truth, the harms, the fears, but easy never sat with ghosts and named them one by one through tears. Because the mind prefers a blur, a fog where guilt can shift its shape. It hates a bright and steady light, hates any honest narrow scrape. The page becomes a mirror then, and some can scarcely stand the sight. For what is simple in the day feels brutal in the soul at night. Admit your wrongs to God, yourself, and one more human ear besides. Again, the line is plain enough, no twisting code within it hides. Yet easy? No, because confession breaks the kingdom of disguise, and many would rather choke in pride than let the truth leave living eyes. To hear your own wreck spoken plain, without excuse or polished spin, to watch another nod with grace instead of flinching at your skin. This is the kind of simple act that heaven writes in humble ink, but it can feel like standing bare upon a ledge's crumbling brink. Then readiness, let defects go, let God remove what poisons you. A child could grasp the meaning there, and still-grown hearts resist it through. For anger may be acid fire, but sometimes it kept us warm, and pride can feel like armored plate, though it has fed the inward storm. We cling to pieces killing us because they once helped us survive. So simple truth meets tangled roots that still believe they keep alive. The program is not hard to read. The trouble lives in what we keep, in habits buried so long down they wake before we're fully deep. Make amends where you have caused the pain, except when harm would rise anew. The sentence stands with sturdy legs, direct in what it asks to do. But easy would not walk back through the towns where bridges burned by name, nor knock on doors once slammed in rage, and stand there trembling with your shame. To face the eyes you once betrayed, to say no speech can right that scar, to offer truth instead of charm, to own how wrong and lost you are. There is no algebra in this, no doctrine only monks can trace, just courage, timing, prayer, and tears, and learning how to stand in grace. Continue daily, watch yourself, admit it quickly when you're wrong. Again, so simple in its frame, like keeping rhythm in a song. But ego hates a daily death, hates saying I was wrong today. It wants a grand and final fix, not humble walking all the way. Seek through prayer and meditation, conscious contact sought anew, not lightning every afternoon, but daily listening carried through. The simple thing is showing up, to sit, be still, and ask for light. The hard part is a restless soul that wants its answers loud and bright. Then, having had awakening, go carry hope to those in pain, and practice these things everywhere, in sunlit joy and winter rain. This too is simple, give away the gift that you were given free, but easy never loved the man who talks too much or disagrees. It's hard because the suffering one may wear the face you used to wear, defensive, sharp, suspicious, proud, half drowning in a shrugging stare. And helping means you must recall the stink of nights you can't forget, while keeping faith that mercy grows where misery and truth have met. The beauty of the program is it does not sprawl beyond your reach. It does not ask for perfect men or fluent saints with iron speech. It asks one day, one truth, one prayer, one meeting, one amends, one call, and builds a life from little stones that pride once swore were far too small. The reason simple feels so hard is not because the path is dim, but because it cuts against the grain of self and every selfish whim. It tells the liar, tell the truth. It tells the runner, now be still. It tells the broken, ask for help. It tells the stubborn, trade your will. And that is why the rooms endure when flashier answers lose their flame, because they speak in ancient terms and call each wound by proper name. No spectacle, no magic trick, just drunks and addicts learning grace, just coffee, tears, and folding chairs, and God rebuilding ruined space. So yes, the steps are simple, friend, is sunrise breaking on the land, is bread to one who starved too long, as reaching out a shaking hand. But easy? No, because to live, some parts of us must bow and die, and resurrection always asks that we first learn the how of why. Yet many who once swore they'd never make it through another night now laugh with light restored again and walk in honesty and light. Not because the road was smooth, but because simple truths held fast, and day by day what once seemed small became the strength that finally lasts. So do not curse the narrow path, because it is not soft to climb. The oak grows slow, the wound heals deep, the bell rings one clear note at a time. The program's simple by design, so none can say it's not for me, and hard because it changes hearts, but that is how it sets us free.